Got it. And then we're going to make Clark the host. There we go. All right, guys. So here is our evening, our PM session of the week 3 for our Power Hour boot camp. And um, actually, it's a boot camp work group. That's what we're calling it. Anyway, you guys know what this is. And some of you showed up this morning, but basically this week's lesson is we've taken people from a potential client that was on a list somewhere, and we've moved them to a conversation, to a well-being assessment because they have some kind of an interest, and then we've taken them from the well-being assessment to actually they say yes, they want to work with you, and now you enroll them as a client. And so once they become a client, the goal is to expose them to our community. And our community happens most easily with plugging them into our coaching community. And so that got another phone call there. That happens with the ability to have a 3-way phone call or Zoom meeting where we introduce them to our health coach or someone on our support team. And it's just a touch. It's just a little intro to the reality that they're not alone, that they actually have support that goes beyond just you. And when you've done this, it is really, it's amazing the responses you get. So I'm actually, as we're starting out here, I'd love for someone that has done this, that's had feedback from the experience and from their client, and what, if you can come off of mute and share with us, we'd love to hear what your experiences have been with this. Who wants to go first? Come on, I know one of you's done this. Nobody?
Well, I will.
Okay, Karen, thanks for jumping in.
I just did it, so, but after that training on Saturday, I've had a couple of experiences. Now, I just met with a lady this week, went through the well-being assessment, went through the whole process. She was she was a yes, but she was a no financially. But her grandmother has always been willing to pay for Nutrisystem or something like that. So anyhow, the weight came up again with her grandma, and she just texted me tonight to that she said my grandma's going to pay for me because they're always harassing me about my weight. So that's the next step. So as soon as I do that, I'm going to do exactly what we were talking about on Saturday, was pulling that in. And the people that I did have done that with, like Pauline, who was on the call, it's made a big impact because people are responding well to that fact that they're, getting involved with the community right away.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been good.
That's great. And you're going to, as you guys start to do this, well, I mean, first of all, the reality is you have to work your business. You have to work your relationships. You have to meet people. You have to talk to people. You have to get into their lives and find out what's going on. And at some point, everyone will say, I'm not as healthy as I want to be. And they say that in a lot of different ways. So you got to get out there and bring clients on in order for you to actually get to week 3's training, which is you've enrolled a new client, and you're introducing them to the coaching community. And so we're going to go through, and does anybody else have any experiences with this that they want to share? Yeah, go ahead, Lori. Can you unmute yourself? And then, yeah.
Yeah, I had a good friend of mine that was not interested in the program at first, and then she was doing the challenge, but wanted a little bit more, and so I got her on the line with Isabel, and we spent over an hour talking about it, and now she's on the program, and she's actually coming to the conference, but she really, she's a college professor, and she teaches play and nutrition, and she's always been real muscular and athletic, but she had some injuries that she's gained some weight. So it was a very positive experience for her because she could talk the same language but still learn more. So that was a big success. I've had other ones where, we go through the well-being evaluation, and they go, "Oh no, we're good, ladies. We don't need anything." So I've had one positive one, and I've had 5 clients now, but 3 are relatives.
Yeah. Well, good job.
Yeah, yeah. So, but that
Yeah.
was,
So that's great. Yeah. So this process will seem like it's a rhythm, and when you get people that said yes, I want to work with you, and everybody says a yes eventually.
yeah,
If you stay in their life, they eventually say yes because most programs only offer short-term solutions, and so once they say yes, the reality there is we want to just let them experience, not just talk about hypothetical community, but let them experience it. And that's what this particular assessment and procedure is designed to do. And it really is a slight touch, and it's a build up to the next win where they've lost their first 5 pounds, and now you're introducing them to the coach, or it's another a conversation with a coach where you actually go through a lot more detail about a program. But this is just a light touch to get started. So, all right, guys. Well, Clark posted the script inside the chat window. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to take probably, I don't know, 30 minutes or so, and we're going to break out into breakout rooms. And what I want you guys to do is, or there's going to be 3 to a room, and one person is going to be the coach, one person's going to be the client, and one person will be the mentor coach. Now, the client doesn't have a lot of heavy lifting. You can pretty much keep it pretty simple when you answer the questions, but give a few things. And then and if you guys can mute yourselves too, I don't know, somebody's got some background noise. But when you're the important pieces of this particular journey, Clark, can you mute whoever's
Yeah.
whoever's
Let's see.
Where
we go?
or just click mute all.
Yeah, Craig, I think Jacqueline had something too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't see everybody, so if somebody does have something to say, go for it. Jacqueline, did you have something you wanted? Jacqueline, did you want to say something, or? Okay. Yeah, maybe just mute her. I think I don't know if she can hear us or not. Anyhow, so the important pieces of this script is the introduction. Think about your introduction before you do it. One of the things you want to think about is, why are you introducing them to your mentor? And it could look a little something like this. Well, hi, Lori. I'm so excited to connect, and that you've said yes, and we're going to get started. And so what we're going to do now, the next step is to introduce you to our coaching community. And so let me give Clark a call, and Clark has a couple questions for you, and he's going to meet you. And so then you call, and you get Clark on the line. And then he's like, Clark, this is Lori. She's just said yes. She's going to get started on her program, and I want her to meet you. Clark's been my coach for a few years, and he's a great help. Clark, meet Lori, and you're done. And so you just that little bit of touch, and then at the very end, it says in the document how you can okay, until next time. So you need to have the ability to be able to close the call and not have it sort of linger on and on and on. So those are getting into a conversation appropriately and getting out appropriately is a skill that's not everybody knows. It's a learned skill. So, all right. Any questions before we go? I can't, just unmute yourself and talk because I can't see everybody on the screen right now. Do you have any questions about what we're doing? No? Okay. All right, Clark. So go ahead and pull up the breakout rooms and then ratchet it up so it says 3 people per room. Did somebody have something to say? No? Okay.
I always have something to say, but you know, hey.
All right. Okay, so you can jump into your breakout rooms and everybody just switch around and make sure everybody gets a chance to be mentor, coach, and coach. All right. We'll come back in about 30 minutes.
I got kicked out of room 1.
You got kicked out?
Yeah, by my internet.
Oh, Jacqueline, I'm sorry. Do you want to do one?
I was in room 1.
You were in, oh, that's right, you were. Okay. So, when did you get kicked out? Did you get to do anything?
Yeah, I got to be the mentor coach for a minute.
Oh, cool. Okay. Did you want to do another one with me real quick?
Okay.
What do you want to be?
Well, I'll be the coach, I guess.
You want to be the coach and I'll be the client and the mentor coach? That'll be fun.
Whatever, either one. Okay, so, hey, congratulations, Clark, I just want to give you some little bit of what's coming up, some expectations of what we do. People will start noticing, right away. And what you want to do when that happens is you want to either refer them to me and I can give you a $25 thank you credit when they sign up. And then sometimes a lot of clients choose to partner with their friends and teach them what they want, what they're learning by becoming a mentor coach. So we can talk about that later though. So what we like to do is part of our coaching. Remember I talked to you about the community aspect of our program when I went over the 4 pillars. I showed you this picture. And so I want to get my mentor coach on the phone. She's so nice and so encouraging, and introduce you to our coaching community just in case I go on vacation. I like to go on vacation and you need some help. So she's just there as another backup to me, and we love coaching together.
Well, that sounds cool.
Okay. So, hey, let me call her right now. She knows to expect me. So, oh, it's you. It's a Clark. It's a man. Sorry.
I can be Carla. Oh, hi, Jacqueline.
Hi. Hey, how you doing? I'm excited
Oh, I
to
feel so good.
introduce you to my new client, Clark. He's a good buddy of mine, and I just want him to see that we're a team coaching him.
Hey, Clark. Man, this is great to meet you. I'm really excited that you're going to be part of your team. And tell me something. Why did you get started with Jacqueline, and what do you want to accomplish with the program? What are some of your important things? Well, I've got diabetes, and I'd really like to get rid of it. Doctor told me I was going to die here soon. So that's really important. Want a better relationship with my wife. Being as heavy as I am, that kind of, doesn't get it in certain cases. So those are a couple of probably my most important parts. Well, that's great. So you've got diabetes and you kind of like to lick it. You probably want to stop your pills and injections if you're taking any. Yeah, that you hear me. Very good. Well, I know you're in great hands with Jacqueline, and you're going to do really well. So what do you say we set up a meeting here after you've lost your 5 pounds, and we'll do a nice big cheer session and celebrate what you're doing. Does that sound good? Great. I would love to.
Okay, great. Hey, Clark, you are on Facebook, right? Aren't we friends on Facebook?
We are.
Okay, well, I'm going to set up a 3-way Facebook message with us. Is that okay?
That sounds great. I'd love to do that. I haven't done that before, so maybe you can show me how.
Yeah, it's easy. It's fun. So I'm going to let you go. I know you got a lot of things to do this evening, and we'll get in touch with you tomorrow and the next few days. And
that sounds really good. I'm looking forward to this.
Okay, bye.
Jacqueline, that was rough, but we got most of it in there. And yeah, so it helps do it. So let's see what we can do about getting out of the breakout rooms here. Maybe close rooms. I guess that's what I do. I don't know. Craig put me in touch with it, so I don't know. Let me see.
You're doing great. I was in a room, it's just my internet froze, and I was like, whoop.
Okay.
My internet.
So we've got a full minute before they close up. Hello, Lori.
Hi, Lori. She's on mute.
Oh,
I lost my group. Hang on.
oh, really? Jacqueline did too. So
You did?
Yeah, I lost him.
We were having such good fun. They were asking.
I'm here too, Lori.
There you are.
Yeah.
Okay. They were asking me how she Joyce went through it so smoothly, and I was kind of jealous.
Yeah, but that's because I went second.
No, you were
You broke ground.
this time too, and then yeah, so a little bit of verbal vomit I experienced tonight. But I
It
was,
Yeah.
happens.
I was wondering what that
you're
meant.
normal.
But we had fun, didn't we, Joyce?
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
I
you guys
lost
did great.
Lori
One of
and Karen, but
One of the main things there, Lori, is when you're talking through, you want to kind of let them know two things. One, they're going to be melting away.
Yeah.
And so people are going to notice. This is one of those things that it's hard to hide because the change is pretty profound. And you start feeling great, right? You get just more energy and you're drinking all this water and you're just feeling great, right? And so people are going to notice that and they're going to ask you what you're doing. Well, when they do, there's two things that I want you guys to think about. When they refer somebody to you, not only do you get a new client, which is irrelevant to them, but they get a support partner.
Right.
So I want to make sure we think about this from the eyes of the value of the person that we're working with. Everybody they refer to us is going to be learning what they're learning. And so guess what? If it's three of their girlfriends and they go out to eat and they're all on the 5-in-1, they're going to choose a restaurant that's 5-in-1 friendly.
Yeah.
That's going to be a big deal,
Yeah.
right? Or if they invite some girlfriends to come over to their house and they're all doing the 5-in-1, they're going to know they're all going to eat maybe they do a day trip. Well, they're all going to be eating every 2 to 3 hours. They're going to bring their snacks with them. So the more people that you know that know the habits of health system and know about the rhythm of healthy eating, the better you're all off.
Yeah.
And so I believe that someone referring someone to me actually benefits themselves.
So do we even tell them about the $25?
Yeah. You say, well, here's the thing. What people are going to start melting away. People are going to ask you what you're doing. And the best thing to do is to refer them to me. And when you do that, if they join us, not only are you going to have a possible health partner, but I'm going to put $25 cash on account. Right? And then another option is you may choose to help them yourself because after all, you know them.
Yeah.
And so we can talk about that later about you helping some people if that's what you'd like to do. But in the meantime, we just want to support you in your goals. And then you go into, let me go ahead and the next step is for me to introduce you to our coaching community. So I'm going to get so-and-so on the line here in a second. They're just going to say hi. They got a couple questions for you, and then we'll be done quickly. So that's kind of the rhythm of how you're doing it. And the big point is telling them that people are going to notice. We can, when they refer, we'll give them a bonus. And if they have an interest in helping people, we can talk about that too.
Perfect.
Yep. Make sense? Yeah.
Yep.
I really want you guys to catch, the piece there that you guys know that is the more people that you know that are becoming healthier by utilizing the habits of health system, the stronger that bond of everybody has.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
I mean, if for people that have been on the program 5, 6, 7 years and most of your family's healthy, you know that potlucks and family dinners just look different.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's where the rubber meets the road. That's where it really makes a difference. So we want to make sure that they know that you have to sometimes help them build their healthy community. And that comes through referrals and people saying, what are you doing? You look great. I'd love to toss this out there for folks that, what was your experience? Did it feel a little clunky? Did it feel great? Did you understand it? Go ahead and just unmute yourself and jump in. Come on, you guys. Yeah.
I'll add something. This morning, when we did the AM one,
Yep.
I brought up the permission thing, or I didn't bring it up, but I did it. I was asking permission to join with the mentor coach. And
Yeah.
one of the things that you said was, hey, you're the pro. You lead them into community. You don't ask them if they want to join it.
Right.
So that was important. I joined one of the groups and just listened. And that was, I thought was an important point.
Yes. So we can, the analogy I had is, let's say many of us have gone to a week-long, retreat, or you go to some resort for a week, and they have these excursions that you can go on, right? And so you sign up, you pay your $100. They say, okay, show up tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., get on the bus, and we're going to take you to the jungle or whatever it is. Well, when the bus shows up, the guy that gets off, he doesn't ask you if it's okay if you want to get on the bus, or if it's okay. Is it okay that we get on the bus now? He says, hey, the bus is leaving in 15 minutes. Get on, let's go. Right? Because he's the tour guide, and you've already showed him by giving him your money that you want to go on safari. So think about this. Someone's just said yes to the program, and you've explained the 4 cornerstones, so they know community's part of it. So we don't need to ask for permission to get your mentor coach on, because that's part of the program. But later down, we ask them, hey, we'd like to set up a Facebook Messenger. Does that sound okay? Yeah, it sounds great. They may not be on Facebook, so they might say, well, no, that's not okay. I'm not on Facebook. Right? So anyway, so that's thank you, Clark, for that piece, because it's really important that we just lead with confidence in what we do, and community is what we do. Anybody else have a unique experience or something you wanted to? Did it feel easier to be the coach? Did it feel easier to be the mentor coach?
I can share. It started with 4 of us in the room, and then it quickly went down to 2. But as I practiced, it got easier. And again, like I said last week, I was on in the morning, I was on this morning and kind of muddled through. And then tonight it flowed a little bit more. I wrote out the different parts and sort of did it, to practice. And so it flowed a lot better for me. So
Yeah.
I think it's great, but I really need to practice because I'm so paranoid about making a mistake.
Well, and I appreciate that, Lori. One of the things to think about is understand where you're going, what you're saying, and why you're saying it. Just get so if you read it through enough times, you'll be like, why are we asking this here? And I think you'll understand that. You can use your own words.
Sure.
We just want to make sure that they know they have community, people are going to notice, and oh yeah, we want to know what you want. We're going to get excited for your dreams. And then we're going to connect again in the future because it's going to work. It's going to work, right? Imagine all these other programs that are just hocus pocus, that you can't even guarantee they'll lose 5 pounds. Right? And we're like, it's going to be in a few days here. We're going to be talking again. Yeah, this works.
Yeah.
And that sets you up for the next call with the 4 steps. Live your thing out loud. I don't know if anybody else has seen timid clients. They don't want to tell anybody what they're doing. It sets them up for, being able to fail. Right. And nobody knows.
Yep.
Then you're telling them to live this out loud. Talk to people. Tell them what you're doing. And you get support from that. So it's setting them up for a good thing.
Yep. Well, and a lot of times people have done every diet on the planet. They don't want to tell everybody what they're doing because they're kind of embarrassed. But the reality is, if they follow this, it's a guarantee. This is real, actual real health. This is no magic in a bottle. So those are great. Those are great points. By the way, Lori, question for you. Have you read through this a few times in the mirror or something? Have you like walked through it in your mind and read it out loud?
Yeah, I walk through it in my mind, but I'm not looking at the mirror yet.
Okay. Yeah,
But
I want to encourage
Yeah.
the professionals. There are actors that are paid millions of dollars, and
Yeah.
they don't just wing it and pull out the script when it's time to quote their lines.
Yeah.
They practice and practice and practice. And you know what? It may feel weird, and it's going to take a decision to do it. But each one of you can get that script out. You can read through it a few times. You can read it to yourself in a mirror. You can even do something that's really bold and super powerful is record yourself on video reading it and then watch yourself back and say, oh, that looked kind of weird. I need to change that. Oh, that was great. Man, I nailed that part.
Yeah.
Right? And all of you. How about now? Is it Lori Purdy? Is that the other Lori on the line?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lori, the other Lori, have you practiced through this a few times um, outside of the trainings?
I've practiced it for the trainings. Yes.
For the trainings, great,
Yeah.
yeah. Because you got Clark there, and you guys can what if you just did some intervals? Let's do this 5 times tonight. Like, just get through it. Really get to where you know it, so you don't even need the script in front of you. Clark calls you and he says, "Hey, I got a new client meet and greet." And he's like, you'll be like, "Man, you're signing up so many clients lately. This is great, right?" And yeah, let's do this. Let's just get this done, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can just do it right off the top of your head because this is actually a pretty easy script.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not. Why are they doing it? Great. Hey, I'm excited to support you. You got a great coach. And here's what's next. Boom, you're out.
Yeah.
Who else has some comments they want to share?
I have to say that, when I'm, be centered and focused, and I had a lot running ahead of the thing. I was excited to be with Justin, and so I forgot to ground myself and stay right here. So I found myself in my mind, had to pull myself back. So I kind of stumbled a little bit. So that was embarrassing for me, I felt. But I went, oh well, whatever. Well, this is what it's about. So there is a difference when I had 3 things running and I went, wait a minute, I'm focused on this meet and greet. Hello. So anyway.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was what I wanted to say.
Good. Thanks, Rita. Yeah, just get it, get focused and nail it. You guys literally, you can own this script, but not if you don't practice.
Right.
Right.
You just can't.
I have a client who didn't want to do anything like reading the books, and she's brand new, and she just says, I know what to do. So I said, hey, we got to get on the call with my coach, and I didn't even warn her, but we've done enough 3-way, and it just solidified that my coach is excited and asked her what she wanted right away. And I just think a lot of people, she's treating this like a diet, unfortunately. But I think it helps her see that we're taking her health seriously and we're taking her goals seriously and we want to know about it. So, I mean, it just helps them to see that this is not just one kit thing.
Jacqueline, one of the things you may ask her is, why does she think that this will be different than programs that she's done in the past?
Oh, yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Right? Because if she treats it like a diet, she says, I already know everything. I already know how to do all this. Okay, I bet you do. But you knew it in the past, and what happened? Can you walk me? I wonder what was missing. Because clearly something was missing if she's trying to lose her weight again. And so ask her, hey, let's just do a little Q&A right now. Like, I'm curious about last time because you gained some weight back. What do you think was missing? Because I'm a strong proponent that knowing how to lose weight is useless. It's actually not even necessary unless you do the things. I can know how to exercise. I can know how to take my wife on a date. And trust me, it does me no value, no good unless I actually date her. Right, ladies? Are
Right.
you with me? Yeah. Oh, I know how to date. I know how to do it all. Well, what's the deal then? So knowing how to lose weight, knowing how to be healthy, if you don't do it, it's irrelevant. And you don't even really know how to need to know. All you have to do is know how to follow somebody that knows.
Mhm.
So I would just ask her a few questions about what was missing in the past, and do you think that will be missing again this time?
Okay. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, you betcha. Because if she does what she did before, even though this has a different brand on it and it has a little bit different ingredients, the eventual results are she's going to gain her weight back. And
Yeah.
she may not want that.
Right.
Who does, right?
Right.
I wanted to share.
I ask people, so when you lose your weight, how soon before you want to put it back on?
Exactly.
And they look at me like I'm a crazy man. And I'm like, well, isn't that what happened every time in the past? So what's going to be different with this one? Anyway, go ahead, Rita.
Well, Craig, that's the thing is sometimes you have to say those tough things, that could really annoy her, but yet it's the truth. And so you are willing to risk that, being that honest. And
When we're not telling, we're
No,
asking, help me out with this. I'm a little confused. I think I might be missing something.
right.
Really play the Columbo kind of a role. That seems to work really well.
Yeah.
I think I'm missing something.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
only 34. Who's Columbo?
Columbo. Thank you. Yeah, Columbo was a detective that was very smart, but he pretended to be very dumb. And he would, I think I got it, but there's one thing I don't get. It's this thing here. What about that? He kept one more thing in it to death. And he just asked all these questions, and you came to the conclusion that, oh, something weird's happening. So,
I remember.
yeah, it's just the questions rather than telling people things, making statements.
Yeah, I wanted.
Does that help?
Yes. Thank
Perfect.
you.
One
All
thing,
right. Yeah.
if I can, one thing I wanted to share, because it kind of relates back to the script that Craig brought up with Lori and I, is that allowing the client the space to ask questions,
Right.
because they're going to have questions. And so it's good to have a script, but also to be open to, from their point of view, what are their concerns. That doesn't mean you're going to, spend an hour in this conversation with them, but to make sure that their immediate concerns get addressed, or that you follow up in some way, but to open the door to that possibility.
Right.
To not
And
get
we
stuck on
actually,
the script.
and I asked a question, and the answered a whole lot more than just my question.
Hey.
And so you may say, when someone asks a question, you may say, so what you're asking is what's next? Well, what's next is I'm going to place your order, and you're going to get a couple of emails. Take a pause. Did I answer that? Oh no, I want to know about, like, when am I going to get my box? Oh, well, you'll get an email with the tracking number. Okay. And it prevents you from doing the verbal vomit, which we all do. And you sort of got to get it on you to smell it, so you know what it's like, and then you're like, okay, I don't want to do that.
Thank you.
We all do it, Lori. We all do it. So just give yourself a break and keep it up. All right. Any other questions before we finish up here?
The script will be posted?
Yeah, the script is posted in the Facebook group in our documents.
Okay.
So you have the documents and then recording from this morning, and then you'll have the recording from this evening soon.
Yeah. Look
Yep.
for the word archives in the Facebook group.
Okay.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. We got a few minutes, so anybody else have any other questions?
Craig, yeah, this morning you were talking about the introduction to the mentor coach.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't go over that tonight too much. But you said it was so important
Yeah.
to really introduce your coach as being a person that helped you through the program and through the tough times too,
Mm-hmm.
because it's transferring trust. And
Right.
so just a comment on that.
Yeah. So the comment of, so here's the deal. So let's say that I'm the coach and Clark's the new client. And then Troy was the mentor coach, which is not even in the picture. So I've built up trust with Frank, or I mean with Clark, right? So Clark and I have some trust going. He's just said yes. And so when I introduce them to Troy, I'm going to say, Clark, meet Troy. He's one of my mentors. He's helped me through my journey, and he's going to be part of your support community too. So you're sort of transferring and letting this is kind of the if you dissect what happens in an introduction, that's exactly what happened. You're transferring, this is how I know so and so, and this is why they're important. And now all of a sudden Clark is going to have a little bit of a trust with Troy because Clark trusts me. So think about when you're doing an introduction, what is the point? And then get to the point. And then let the conversation go. And some people are uncomfortable with introductions. One of the things that I did was somebody said they talked about me setting world records and doing all these things for my racing career, and it had absolutely no context or it wasn't relevant at all to the conversation. And so because of that, we ended up uh, talking about it and making that introduction be relevant. So, so, so practice getting into a conversation and practice getting out, and you can do that. If you sweat in practice, you won't bleed in battle. That's how the saying goes. All right. Okay, you guys. Well, we will see you Saturday then. Where your goal is to do at least two practices on this. Really, I mean, what if you dial it up to 5 and you just took your spouse and you said, "Hey, practice this with me." When my wife was doing some acting, and I'm not an actor at all, but I learned all of the lines that came right before her lines because I was her practice partner, right? So grab your spouse and say, "Practice this with me," and practice it 4, 5, 6 times, and I dare you guys. Really get good at this because this really introduces people to our community in a nice way.
Okay.
All right, you guys, we'll see you next time, and I look forward to some great stories.
Thank you.
Take care, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Craig.
Yeah, thank you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.